Number 6, a CFO is a voice of finance in your management team. The financial impact of every decision is reviewed. To the first bullet point, I've often been brought into management teams that have never had a finance view brought in. So you got the entrepreneur, he's got his sales and/or marketing person, distribution person, design person, bunch of different technical skills, but they leave out their bookkeeper or even their controller. And it almost always comes back to haunt them because they're not making every decision and giving every decision some sort of view from the CFO's standpoint. So CFOs are going to think differently. They're going to question differently. They're going to come to the table, as you just mentioned, Carter, with different kinds of questions. And we could take a very hard look at all sorts of spending and be unattached to the recommendations. And if we are in the part-time fractional role, we particularly won't come in with any sacred cows. There's nothing that's going to be, hey, we can't change that. And the last thing I like to say is you very often can use me and/or your part-time CFO as a deflection, delay tactic. You don't want to make that decision with that employee. Maybe you don't want to tell them what you already know the answer is, which is no, that they don't want to hear. So you say, let me check with Dominic, because you can then just go and say, I did check with him and Dominic said, no, we can't do it. So now it's not you're the bad guy. You could also say, let me check with Dominic, and then have Dominic or your part-time CFO step in and actually go tell that person that. There's an amazing kind of gravitas that I get as the outside part-time CFO in many businesses, and the right entrepreneurs use it exactly like I'm telling you here, because you're making tough decisions all the time, and you know those decisions can very often get in the way of that relationship you have with your key executives or a key employee. But it's a good tactic, I think, that actually works, because very often you know your answer when they're talking to you, but you just don't want to be the one who's going to give them the disappointing news.